glad you translated that. I thought it meant more cowbell. So before we move on with the evening, I should throw in a few things because when else am I going to get the chance, right? Right. But a lot of well-deserved, exceptional things have been said about both of us, but especially Jenny. And one thing that hasn't been said, though, is that Jenny is a very modest, humble person. She never draws attention to herself for her talents or accomplishments. You know, you're never going to hear Jenny ask people to please clap. It's not in her nature. But as I have gotten to know her, and as has been said by others, I'm just overwhelmed with all the virtues you are blessed with. You know, a hard work ethic, beauty, intelligence, selfless compassion. You have more gifts than Santa Claus. And she's always learning things. You know, she's got all these hobbies and pastimes. Jenny was in a taiko drumming group for many years. She does all this volunteering. I was like, you know, she's trying all these different things. That she's the only person I've known who's done both CrossFit and cross-stitching. And my dad mentioned this too. I mean, everything today, it came together while she's working on a master's at Northwestern. And this in addition to having a full-time job and advancing in her career. And I think the thing that has impressed me, I mean, one of many, is that, you know, you've not only made your company a success, but I've observed you make everything and everyone around you better. In fact, fun fact, if you look at dips in the stock market, you'll see they coincide with the times Jenny goes to lunch. No pressure. And I think it's natural to ask, well, you know, what do you two have in common? But I should add that we have many common activities and interests. For example, we're both really into me. That's the glue. No, but seriously, we both like ballroom dancing. We're both fans of Shakespeare, and as Amy alluded to, you know, we are both runners. We do these different running races together, and even for some of the longer running races I may do on my own, Jenny is always there to greet me at the finish line and give me a big embrace. And I mean, this, despite the fact that I'm usually, you know, sweating profusely and probably giving off a smell that could interfere with Wi-Fi. But I think, you know, we have a lot of other similarities in our backgrounds. You know, we both went to boarding schools. Even our college mascots are kind of the same. She's a Bowden polar bear, I'm a Cal golden bear. And I think that we are both very creative and imaginative people in our own ways. I think Jenny's imagination has come through in things here tonight, like, you know, the crossword puzzle, or, you know, she was the inspiration behind the origami. Yeah, but I have imagination too. But mine comes out a little differently. It could probably better be seen through things like mortgage applications or my resume. It's a bit creative. But one of the most, or I should say one of the biggest similarities is, you know, we were both raised in excellent families. And you know, they taught us things like, you know, how to love unconditionally. You know, that hard work is its own reward. And you know, events like today, you know, come with a lot of stress, and you get a little worried about logistical things that don't really matter in the end. But I think one of the biggest things they taught us is that, you know, the events that happen in your life are not as important as the people you celebrate them with. And so, I'll share one last similarity. Amy mentioned how and where Jenny and I met. And I think a lot of you guys may also know that, we met in downtown Chicago at Millennium Park at this outdoor concert, but later realized we both lived in the same condo complex in Uptown. But I don't think a lot of you probably know how we even started to talk, how that come about. And I remember it very vividly. And so what happened was when I showed up to this outdoor concert, I saw Jenny sitting on the lawn. It was an overcast day, and I decided I gotta go sit near her. But I couldn't think of what to say. I was stumped, and the only thing I could come up with to start a conversation was to ask to borrow her concert program. And lucky for me, years later, here we are. But in the days and weeks leading up to today, I thought a lot about that time. I was reflecting on it, and it occurred to me that I don't think I ever returned that program to you. And I thought, wow, well, that'd be really cool if I could do that now, especially because today is the 4-year anniversary of that concert weekend. But obviously at the time, who could have predicted, and not even Nostradamus, that would have led to a first date, let alone our getting married and building our lives together. So, not supposed to do that yet. Although, I thought it would be really cool if I had a program on me here to hand back to you now. That was a long time ago. And the reality is that I don't. But now I would ask you to look under my napkin on my shirt. Yeah, go for it. I think the coupons at the back are expired. So, to never throwing things away. Now, hand it back to Mike for the rest of our evening. Thank you again for coming.